All right, chapter 1, the language of music. We'll be looking at 5 areas in this chapter, as you can see in this table of contents here at the beginning. So let's just kind of start through it. In the world that we live in, the music that we listen to, making music is a universal human experience. We find people all over the world making music. Music goes back a long way. Caveman was beating on a log a long time ago. And music in our lives is part of the human experience. Humans are the only animals that make music and create art. We don't find other animals that build their nest and then decorate their nest. The sounds that animals make usually are to alert other animals or for some sort of mating rituals. But we just make noise because we like to make noise. And we organize those noises and we call them music. Different cultures often organize their music in unique ways. We don't all make music the same way throughout the world. Different areas of the world, different peoples in our world make music in different ways. And people throughout our world, and they make and enjoy music all over the world. It's a human thing. People do it. So, one of the things that I'll be saying over and over in here is not so much that music changes a society as much as we would like to think so. Music reflects the society in which it exists. And the music that these folks from southern China are making reflect the society that they live in. The instruments are made from things that exist naturally in the world around them. The music reflects the society. And when a type of music fails to resonate in a society, something else comes along and takes its place. So, music in some societies, well, it primarily supports text, as in singing. And so usually that type of music in that society will have a very limited range of pitches, only a few notes from the highest to the lowest notes. And the instruments in those societies often will mimic the voice in its range and in the things it can do. Some other societies practice outdoor celebratory music. And in that type of music, those societies frequently will use percussion instruments. Readily available natural materials are going to determine the types of instruments used by a society. I should stop right here and say, one of the things that you will find to be of very much help to you when you're taking notes is to take a highlighter and just mark up your book. Because I'm going to be pretty much following the book. Readily available resources are going to determine what types of instruments are used. Think about this. If you live in the mountains, you probably will not make instruments out of seashells. Right? If you live on the beach, well, you probably will not make instruments out of metal. If you live along a river, it's very likely you will make instruments out of the reeds and the things that grow along the river. So the readily available materials are going to determine what a society tends to use for its traditional instruments. Also, one of the things we need to kind of understand here from the beginning is that what we're most familiar with is something called Western music. I'm not talking about country Western or anything like that. Western music, and Western music, as we use it in this discussion, Western music refers to those societies that were part of the Roman Empire or that were influenced by part of the Roman Empire. Think about the country that we live in. It was not part of the Roman Empire because there was a whole Atlantic Ocean that was in the way. You couldn't get from Italy to America very easily. As a matter of fact, they didn't do it.